Hello, I'd like once again to share with you a view from the pew originally published in June 2006, 19 years ago approximately. This month, View from the Pew temporarily abandons the cold, frankly, interior of the church and ventures out into the relative warmth of the churchyard. Spring was in the air, and because I have recently, this is in 2006, joined that brotherhood of people who delight in caring for the churchyard, it was time to spend a few pleasant hours walking behind the petrol-driven Honda. In 2025, however, when we're producing this, I have a ride on Husqvarna. But now, back to 2006. To mow the churchyard meant guiding the Honda between the gravestones, around the shed, along paths, over drains, up and down banks, and carefully steering around the tokens of memory left by visitors close to their absent loved ones. Like many of my age, I started mowing with a little hand-powered Suffolk, which had two wheels directly driving two curved cylinder blades. That machine had a small three-section wooden front roller and was much more basic than the green and cheaper than the green Qualcast with its small diameter front roller but an 8-inch steel rear roller. So there was a little bit of sort of levelling there as well. A bit of rolling, which you didn't get with the Suffolk. Nowadays, however, the mower used in the churchyard is a far cry from the machines of my youth, and it is an even further cry from the scythes and the sickles used by the old sextons and their helpers as they rang the bells and tended the resting places of family, friends, neighbours, and, no doubt, the odd enemy. Just as their latter-day counterparts, they mowed, they trimmed, and they cut, and they sheared. They took joy, I suppose, as do we, in seeing the green stripes wonderfully left by their labours. They would, however, have marvelled at the modern mower or strimmer, especially the strimmer, I guess, as it powers its way through grass, bugle, daisies, nettles, occasionally brambles, and abundant cow parsley. As they worked, the sextons of old, like the volunteers of today, would have thought of those they once knew and of those still at home. They, like us, would also think of the sun and the rain and the promise of spring. They would long for the warmth and the flowering of summer, but the chill of last winter and the winter to come would not be out of mind for those who farm or in horticulture, live in the countryside. The seasons come around mighty quickly, though they're never far out of one's mind. The volunteers who care for beautiful churchyards, like then, are thoughtful people, and I like to say that I think they are the deep thinkers of life. All the time, they are conscious that beneath their feet lies the sum total of human thought, human emotion, human experience from the beginning of time. Do you know, it's something to mow the churchyard of a parish church with a building that's been there for 1,000 years or more. It really is something to know that for 1,200 years, people just like you have worshipped and knelt in the space you now occupy. We say many times, don't we? that the difference between the transcendental world and the material world is that we live in space and time. And it is something to be walking over the grave, over somebody who occupied the same space as you, but at a different time, and others will follow. They too kept their sheep, their cattle, and their chickens, and shared the same habitat as now do you. Like us, they were keenly aware of the transitory nature of life as they considered the fashions of the day and the trends of the age. Such musings prompted a thoughtful friend to tell me of the time his military band was invited to play for a formal dinner, a dinner given to honour a prominent politician at the time who was well known for promoting anti-drink legislation. At the commencement of the meal, the colonel rose and ordered his fellow officers asked for silence as the padre asked a blessing on the meal. With hands clasped in prayer, the padre intoned, "We heartily thank thee, O Lord, for thy Son Jesus, whose first miracle was to turn water into wine. But, O Lord, forgive those foolish men who want to turn it back again." Thank you for watching, and please tick the box if you enjoyed the video, and also subscribe, because that helps YouTube to make this channel more available to new viewers. Thank you again for watching, and God bless you all. Amen.